Hello. I wish I had some like really super cool introduction to my videos, like I don't know, like a theme song or something like that. That would be pretty rad, but I don't. So I'll just start off. Well, starting off with a low battery, dismiss. That's not good. Let's hope we can make this. Um, if we have never met, or if you've never seen any of my other videos, my name is Sam. It's nice to meet you. That's my awesome handshake. Or if you're preferably a hugger, we just hugged it out. Cool. If you're comfortable with that, it's alright. So, when I do these videos, obviously, I don't benefit anything as far as money or like t-shirts that say Sam is awesome. Nothing like that. All I do this for, my spare time, is just to connect with you and just hang out, because I feel like we all need, somebody to listen to us, somebody to talk to us. So that's why I'm always open to messaging anybody who has any questions about anything, or just needs some company, whatever. So I love doing this, and let's just get on with my subject. So today's new word, new F word that we need to focus on is rather important. And the F word that I am speaking of is forgiveness. So I'm sure many of us have somebody we can instantly think of that drives us nuts, somebody that did us wrong. Or maybe we done something and we're having a hard time forgiving ourselves. Isn't this weight a bummer to hold on to? Aren't you exhausted every time you think about this person creeping into your thoughts? If you're a songwriter, if you're writing a vengeful song against them, aren't you getting kind of overwhelmed? If you're doing your dishes and you think about, don't you scrub a little bit harder? Or if you're thinking about them while you're stuck in traffic, don't you want to cuss out the cars a little bit more? If you think about this, the one mainly suffering from this not letting go process is ourselves. And I think that's why forgiveness is such a beneficial thing for us. We tend to play over bad events in our minds, I feel like, more than we do the good ones. And that's a shame. It's kind of like if you go to a choir show, there's a bunch of kids singing wonderfully, but there's one just standing there picking his nose, not singing the song. The whole crowd's going to focus on that one kid who is not putting in enough effort versus all the good things around them. And I feel like that's the same with the bad things that happen to us in life. We let those things stick out like a sore thumb versus all the wonderful things we have. So let's take this F word, forgiveness, and let's see if we can change from the first F word we want to say to these people when they upset us to the new F word, okay? The thing I think we need to look at is the person who is causing the hurt or stirring up the betrayal. Instead of looking at just ourselves, the victims, think of how much worse it is to be the person that is causing the pain. What kind of events in their lives happen to them? Or what kind of lack of love do they have for them to want to build up all this hatred, these ugly seeds that are produced into us? We don't want to plant them, and some people do plant them, and they go out and they hurt us. A lot of times instantly we just want to block these people out and never think of giving them a chance again. But really the ones that are hardest to love are the ones who need it most. I know for a fact that even at a young age I was robbed of a lot of things that I shouldn't have been robbed of. And I'm not talking about material things, okay? Hairbrush, necklace, perfume. I don't know why somebody would steal this, but anyway, that's not the stuff I'm talking about. I'm talking about emotional being. certain type of things that I thought for the longest time couldn't get better. But the only way it will is if you give yourself a new gift. And that is this F word, forgiveness. And no, I'm not just somebody who woke up this morning and poured myself a glass of optimism, being optimistic. I have a hard time with big words. Anyway, I had cran grape. And so what I'm feeding you is not a bunch of bull. I mean, it's true. I noticed it do some good for me. So why not spread the word and have it do some good for you? Sometimes it isn't just other people we gotta learn how to forgive. Sometimes it's ourselves. I know for a fact that if I really get serious for a minute versus my public speaking voice, if I get real for a minute and I think of things that I've done to people, not necessarily intentionally, but how events went and things didn't work out the way that I thought they would, and just certain things that got screwed up in that, for a while, when I'd be in the shower, especially when I'm alone, I start thinking these things and I'm like, man, I should have done that different. And then that's just hurting me. And we gotta learn how to get to a point where we just talk to ourselves and say, well, do you understand why this happened? And maybe it was for the better, and there's a lesson out of it, whatever. And you just gotta learn how to break off these chains off yourself and brush off your shoulders and just move along. You gotta move forward. And giving that forgiveness to yourself is a beautiful thing too. But these people who really need it most, the ones that are sometimes hardest to love, are the ones that we need to practice doing that for. Because they lacked some influence that you had in your life that maybe, if you feel like you've done pretty good, which none of us are perfect, but I'm talking about people who have really done wrong. What kind of influences were in their life? What kind of pain did they have? And we just gotta learn to be thankful in a sense that, hey, that is wonderful. I was never in that situation to hurt somebody so bad, and I'm going to share this strength with them. I am not going to be selfish of the strength that I have of being able to do better. I am not going to be selfish. I am going to spread it on them. I am not going to take what kind of hatred they have and let that pour on me. Like I say in all my videos, be the contagious one. Once again, I'm going to ask, do you want to be on this journey with me? Because we can let them and their infections spread on us. We could have a weak immune system and we could just start wars back. We could hate back. I mean, that's easy, right? But let's have a strong immune system and let's be the medicine, the cure to the pain that's all around us. If anybody wants to see a change in anything, be that change, And I'm not saying we're going to go out and change the world today. It's not what I'm saying, but the atmosphere around you, do what you can with it. If there's a person you have made up in your mind, you're like, man, I wish I had a friend like that. Be that friend that you want to be around you. And you could see other people being, affected by it and starting to make big life decisions themselves. So today, just think of this new F word versus the first F word we wanted to use when people upset us. Think of this new one because you will benefit from it. I notice that I'm benefiting from it, that I'm learning to let go. And I hope that this little piece of information meant something to you. And thank you for inviting me to hang out with you, whether it's in your room, in your kitchen, if you're in the backseat of a car, whatever. Thanks for hanging out with me, and if you need to message me about anything, I'm always open to that. So, have an awesome day, everybody.